Owning an aircraft is certainly one of the most fulfilling experiences one can have. And if you're using it for business, it can be one of the most useful tools that can help you advance your enterprise. I have often been asked what the best aircraft is, and there is never one answer. A lot of factors certainly come into play. In this episode, I take a look at 4 different aircraft with different mission profiles, do a test flight across the country, and show you what to expect when you finally decide to get the aircraft of your dreams. Since aviation developed, key people in organizations have realized the advantages of having a private aircraft. Some travel demands that cannot be met by regular passenger air service are easily solved by the speed and flexibility that having your own aircraft offers. Deciding on which aircraft to buy is certainly a big decision, but it doesn't have to be a daunting task. I have been around airplanes most of my life and have flown a good number of different types. From sport flying to business flying. I have seen firsthand each airplane's unique features and how they can be maximized depending on the kind of flying you want to do. So let's take a look at 4 different aircraft with varying purposes, which I believe are a good match for the Philippine setting. The light business jet Embraer Phenom 300E, the twin turboprop Beechcraft King Air 350i, the twin engine Bell 429, and the single engine Chips Aero GA8 Air van. I was able to chat with Manfred of Embraer as the Phenom 300E arrived in Manila.
So Manfred, it's funny that a lot of people tend to decide on the airplane they're buying based on looks, based on what my friend has, or based on my budget. Yes. What do you think of this?
Yeah, no, it's pretty true. A lot of people don't really research enough into the aircraft. It's a lifestyle choice. People can make use of aircraft to save them time. And the best way of doing this is to have a look at what your mission profile really is.
Number 1.
Yes.
Yes.
Where are you flying? And,
distances.
Yes. And what kind of airports do you fly into? How many people do you need to carry? And then you decide from that and narrow down the types that are available.
The Phenom 300E is the enhanced version of the 300. One of the world's best-selling business jets.
We've had the benefit of starting something from scratch with that aeroplane, so the clean sheet design, and it's been improved now with the new 300E.
I got the chance to use the Phenom 300E on a recent trip to Davao. The aircraft has the same smooth and powerful performance, but with a complete interior makeover. Inside a generous cabin space, you will find that the center aisle is now 3 inches wider. With newly designed diamond upholstered seats, cleverly placed drawers, and improved display mechanisms. The 300E's redesign does not stop at the cabin. The aircraft is the first to use the new touchscreen Garmin technology with bigger panel displays. Most of the old push buttons and twist knobs have been incorporated into a pair of high-resolution touchscreen controllers to manage many different tasks. The advantage of having a jet is, of course, the speed. And you can always climb higher above the weather. Having a jet is also more efficient if you are aiming for long-distance flights. The 300 East range can easily take you from Manila to Australia, Singapore, or Japan on a single refuel. Of course, if you have a bigger budget and flying for long distances, you may want to consider a mid-sized jet like the Legacy 500. A stand-up cabin, fully equipped galley and restroom ensures comfort during a long flight. What would normally be a 2-hour flight to Davao on a turboprop took us only an hour and a half on the jet. We soon arrived at the general aviation area of the Davao Airport. We were met by my good friend and fellow aviator, JJ Barcia. JJ and I go a long way back, and I knew his father, Michi Barcia, very well. I was glad to see that he still kept his father's old office, which held a lot of mementos.
You know my dad very well. Main business, aerial spring for banana farms.
And he started that here in Davao.
And he started that here in Davao. And we've been doing that to date about 53 years. Started it in 1968.
Wow.
Making use of the legendary Boeing PT-13 Stearman, modified to an aerial sprayer, Michi Barcia was the first to attempt agricultural aviation as an independent service offered to plantation growers. Many doubted the idea, but he was able to prove that his concept was truly efficient, operating a fleet of 27 PT-13s from 1954 to 1968. Boosting the industry and solidifying the banana exporting business here in Mindanao. This is a good example of choosing an aircraft that fits the mission profile he had in mind and applying the necessary modification to fulfill the job.
But of course, your dad is the most famous fellow when it comes to Mindanao's adventure and exploration. I remember he was hunting, I think the crocodile was bigger than Lolong at that time.
At that time, yes, that's what they said. Before Daddy entered into his flying career, he was a professional hunter. He did this for a living.
This crocodile has eaten 38 people.
That's what the villagers claim.
Wow.
It's great to see how they were able to preserve the memory of one of the Philippines' pioneering aviators. Meanwhile, the Embraer 300E has been attracting a lot of attention in the hangar, with everyone marveling at its sleek design and new features. In the meantime, JJ and I went for lunch, and he knew just where to take me.
Hi.
I'm
Yeah.
here.
Nice meeting you. Yeah, I've been expecting you here.
Never miss a chance to go to this Yellowfin Tuna.
Thank you very much.
The last time I saw Ken was when I rode motorcycles and flew ultralights with the riding and flying group on any Sunday Riders Club. I was glad to see his bike displayed at the restaurant he owned. Ken's foray into the restaurant business came almost by accident. He noticed that visiting dignitaries would come and eat at a steakhouse, while their entourage went somewhere else to eat.
Alam mo, isa lang ang governor, ang bodyguard, 3 pick-up.
Yes.
Pero sabi ko, ang kinain itong governor, kaya lang gawain ito. Sigurado yung 3 pick-up na yun, kahit na 100 per headline, mas malaki pa. Di ba?
Yes.
They specialize in Davao's abundant seafood and home-cooked specialties. I couldn't help but try every single dish, especially the ones like the tuna tail and tendon, which is not usually served elsewhere. All in all, it was a quick and productive trip, made easier by having a light business jet like the Phenom 300E. Up next, I put the new Bell 429 through its paces, and take the King Air on a trip to Iloilo, checking out both aircraft's new features and capabilities. We've said that the first factor in choosing an aircraft is your mission profile. What kind of flying you will require at least 90% of the time. We've talked about long-range business jets. But what if you only need short hops? Like an executive looking to avoid traffic or a businessman having to land in areas with no runways. This is where the helicopter comes handy. I got to take a closer look at the new twin-engine Bell 429.
So James, this is a totally different design, new type certificate, isn't it?
That's right, yeah, it's a new design. It's truly next generation.
The shape is totally different from the traditional Bell that I know.
Well, yeah, it's not just the good looks, it's not just a nice exterior. There's a lot of great features on the inside as well. Pilots love it. It's fast, it's powerful, it's smooth, and it's easy to fly. It makes any pilot look like a good pilot. So
This is the plane for me.
Another thing to consider is the maintenance and the kind of support the aircraft comes with. You don't want to be stuck with an aircraft that spends most of its time in the shop.
mechanics love it too because it's very easy to maintain.
I saw you can get all your parameters after the flight.
Yeah, that's right. And it allows for easier maintenance and less downtime, which translates into more affordability as well.
Exactly.
For Bell, it's always the case, whether it's the Bell 429 or any of our other products. We're very proud of our support for our customers.
That's important. Now I like to fly.
Okay, let's do it.
Manila Tower, Charlie, Foxtrot X-Ray, Quebec Romeo.
Quebec Romeo, standby.
Very nice and smooth, huh?
You like it?
Yes.
And you'll see it's even more smooth once we get over the water on...
I turn to the left.
Sound good?
A twin-engine helicopter offers several advantages. It can fly faster and reach longer distances than a single-engine one. It's bigger and makes less noise, making it more comfortable for VIP passengers. It also has all-weather capability and is allowed to fly over build-up areas like populated cities, therefore allowing you to land closer to your destination.
Okay, I'll start slowly descending to 500.
Perfect. Altitude select 500.
Oh, can you put the flight director for that then?
You want a flight director? You want to hand fly it?
Oh, no, no.
It's your call. Whatever you
Yep.
wish for. You're the boss.
Okay, 500 is there. Easy to fly.
Yep.
So you have two stability augmentations.
If you go here and you just lose one, you won't feel the difference.
Yeah.
Because the other one takes the whole load.
Right.
If I can fly it, it's because they did a good job.
It's the right helicopter for me.
Of course, compared to an airplane of similar size, owning a helicopter costs more. But it delivers on speed, flexibility, and convenience if that's what you're after. Now, what if your mission profile requires you to take off and land in more rugged settings like grass strips or short runways? What if you only need to fly short distances and speed is not your main priority, but fuel efficiency and overall economy? Then perhaps a turboprop like the King Air 350i is right for you.
So Libby, I have so much fun flying the E90s, the C90s, 200s, and now the 350. What do you think makes this airplane so special, this King Airs?
Well, it's an incredible aircraft. I mean, just to tell you, we have over 30 King Airs in the Philippines.
Yes, I know.
And we've built over 7,300 King Airs.
Already?
Yeah, in the world. So that makes it the best-selling turboprop family in the world. So
I can
we're
imagine.
really proud of that.
Well, it is a good airplane. I've taken it to dirt strips, short strips, crosswind strips, and flew it even as far as India from here, almost everywhere.
It's something we're very proud of. It has a lot of different versatile uses, so our customers can take it just about anywhere.
That's important actually for adventurous people who are hardworking and want to have a nice weekend somewhere.
So where do you think we should go?
Well, I have a couple of them.
All right. Let's see what this baby can do.
Okay.
We took the King Air 350i for a test flight to Iloilo. I got to check out the Collins ProLine Fusion up close.
Same radio panel as the 350. My legs page, like in ProLine 21, is just right here.
Okay.
Pretty similar and a little bit more information here in a lot of ways.
Want to input anything, you just put in the scratch pad, it enters with the cursor.
Right, yeah, you can do that. So
That
scratch
makes
pad,
it simpler.
just paste it in here, copy paste into wherever it needs to go.
I like the touchscreen functionality and ability to move around and display information in a variety of formats.
It reduces workload because we don't have to look for so many buttons at the side.
Yeah, it really it's pretty quick to learn once you get the hang of where everything is. Just like in ProLine 21, you know, you can find it all without looking.
But this is an old dog that you have to teach new tricks.
The rare thing about the 350i is that it can carry full fuel and full seats even in extreme conditions, allowing you to just gas up and go.
All right, speed's coming up looking nice now. There's 80 knots with 3. V1.
Okay.
And rotate. Right into the flight directors, good. And then I'll get your gear. And your yaw damper engaged. Yep.
We took off from Manila without much runway needed.
Yeah, so once the autopilot's on, it's doing a pretty good job.
715, your position.
The cabin is spacious and comfortable with thoughtfully placed storage and elegant design details. It also features electrochromic windows, which can be controlled centrally or individually to create your ideal environment. We soon landed at the Iloilo airport. A few people also came up to see the plane. In the meantime, I brought the crew for a seafood lunch at my favorite restaurant in town, before having a cup of hot chocolate at one of Iloilo's heritage houses. Up next, I test fly another aircraft for a completely different kind of mission, checking out the capabilities of the Jeep's Aero GA8 Air van. So far, we've talked about aircraft for VIP transport and business flying. But what if you're looking for an aircraft for specific types of missions? Something that does not require any frills but gets the job done as simply and straightforwardly as possible. Let's take a look at the single-engine GA8 Air van. The Australian-designed air van was made with a rugged outback in mind. It is a proven workhorse that can be used to haul supplies to remote areas, perform humanitarian missions, carry skydivers, or just as a recreational aircraft that can take you to some island adventures. While in Davao, I got the chance to talk to an old friend who is both a doctor and a pilot and has decided to use the air van for his advocacy.
What is this need that you saw while you were here in Davao?
First of all, there's a need for fast transport in business and in other things, but most especially for medical reasons. So we have come up with a very good hospital, 1,500 beds, complete, new, state-of-the-art, and the adjacent provinces and the adjacent places, it's very difficult to put a lot of hospitals in different places. We strongly believe it is easier to just transport them.
That's a good idea, and that's the reason why you got this aircraft.
Yes.
specifically for that.
Yes, this aircraft is rugged and
Yes.
very economical to operate. So it can go even into unpaved or unimproved runways.
And you've got a big door to put all these stretchers straight away
Yes.
without any problem and bring them back here immediately.
Yes, 41 inches door and a lot of volume, so our medical crew can no problem moving and working around.
So this is what you call the right aircraft for the mission profile, huh?
I believe so. Actually, today we are practicing how to interface with our aviation and our medical crew.
That's right.
We
It's
need
important,
to-
no?
Yes, very important that we have a seamless
Transition
yeah,
from air to the hospital.
Exactly. If you would like to join us, Captain,
I would love to go. Anything that flies, I will join.
let's go then. Let's go.
Okay.
We set off to do the medevac simulation. As they prepare the aircraft, I got the chance to talk to Dr. Ian Deliso of the Southern Philippines Medical Center.
So Dr. Ian, is the SPMC now ready to accept this kind of emergencies?
Well, SPMC is an end referral center, not just in the island of Mindanao. So we receive patients from not just from the Davao region area, we even receive patients as far as the Visayas. So we are a trauma center, so all road accidents, anything related to trauma, we are capable of treating these patients. We've already launched the hyperbaric medicine, so diving accidents.
Oh, okay.
So not just diving accidents, even those difficult wounds, we can cater it. So it's a DOH retained institution, so basically all services are free.
All services are free.
They have to pay a little bit, a minimal amount, but basically all services are free in our institution.
But Doc, even if it's for free, I don't want to meet you professionally, only socially.
Socially.
Today's mission: to extract an injured patient from one of the banana plantations in Davao and fly him back to the hangar where an ambulance was ready to transport him to the SPMC. I was flying today with Steve, one of the young medevac pilots.
So Steve, you're very lucky to have this nice flying machine. I always enjoyed flying this. I've flown this in South Africa. What engine do you have here?
It's a Lycoming IO 540.
Yes, that's right.
So this aircraft is a 300 horsepower.
Yes.
Its capacity is 8 person. Maximum about 4,000 pounds maximum weight.
Okay.
So bumps on.
Set. Put the power.
We took off from the Davao airport and were airborne in no time. The feel of the aircraft was not like a sports car, but that of a reliable family wagon. We soon approached the mission site. Most banana plantations have their own runway, making them easier to reach. Landing on the dirt strip was something this airplane was made for. Our medics were quick to respond on the site. After stabilizing the patient, they loaded the stretcher into the spacious, specially configured cabin. It can easily fit EMS equipment, medical personnel, and an accompanying relative. Not long after, we were back at the hangar where the SPMC ambulance was waiting for us, ready to transport our patient to the medical facility. Mission accomplished. For emergency sites with no runways, they have also started expanding their fleet with Bell Long Ranger L3s, headed by the Rotary Wing Chief Pilot Dennis Figueroa. I was very happy to see that aviation is being actively utilized here in Davao for these kinds of missions. There is no question that owning your own aircraft offers you a lot of convenience and flexibility, and can be a good tool to advance your business or operations. Choosing the right aircraft boils down to first identifying your mission profile. What kind of airports you will go to, how far you plan to go and how much you need to carry. And of course, consider your financial capability to purchase, fly, park, maintain, and insure the aircraft. Nowadays, there are a lot of different ways to manage your cost, including financing. After years of being an aircraft owner and operator, I am always very happy to share my knowledge and experience in choosing and getting the aircraft that fits your needs. One airplane cannot be everything to everyone. Buying an aircraft will always be an exercise in compromise. At the end of the day, you have to manage your expectations and evaluate what is really important for you.
This has been your captain, Joy Roa. See you in the next
HCIA Safari!
Yoo-hoo!